Alright, so here we are for the next round. I'm just gonna try to slide. Nope, that doesn't really work, huh? Alright, so yeah, I think this hand's fine. We're on the draw. We're gonna be able to play turn 2 sneak attack, and if that doesn't resolve, try to eventually get through the breach. But we don't have any of our other disruptive elements, but our opponent is on the play with a mulligan. And so, yeah, I think this hand's fine. It's always important to lead with Mountain over Tomb, just in case they have Wasteland. Volcanic Island, that's not... Hopefully that comes with the top. This is not a good... This is not a good matchup. Volcanic into Probe. I guess it could mean that he's a Delver. Delver decks are pretty good, especially after Sideboard, but if he's Sneak Attack, we are in a lot of trouble. That's the bad matchup. One of the mottos of the deck is, in a world filled with Gristlebrand's, we are at the bottom of the food chain. So, alright. Wonder what he's tanking on, though. I guess Ponder? What could our opponent be thinking about? Maybe where he put his wallet for his pizza, or actually if he's going to play a spell. So he decides not to play a spell. I still want to wait. No point in just rushing to put this into play, since we don't even have lethal yet, and that we will be able to potentially play around some versions of counter magic depending on what they are, like a Daze, if he's on Daze. Alright, so he's... Alright, Stoneforge is surprisingly easy to deal with. And now we at least know we're not in a absolutely awful matchup. I guess we just want to try to put a sneak attack into play. There's a Force of Will. Surprising that he didn't just Daze it. I guess maybe he saw both. Wow. So we could just go for hard casting Emrakul or Infernal Titan here, and hope he doesn't have another Daze or Force of Will. Why wouldn't he just, if he had another Daze, why wouldn't he Daze it, and then if we could pay, force it? Kind of makes me feel like we can just do it. And then we're gonna have to redraw if he doesn't. Be very surprised if this gets countered, because if he had double Daze, I think he would just Daze and see what happens, not just force it. I feel like he's very soft to an Infernal Titan. I guess he could have like lightning bolts and swords and stuff. So yeah, he might just make a Batterskull and then swords this and just start moving on with his life, which, yeah, didn't actually think about that. That's gonna be bad. Maybe he just has bad creatures and a lightning bolt. If he attacks, I mean, I guess we have to block. Yeah, we'll just have to block and then just hopefully rebuild. Nope, just has the swords. Oh, alright, we'll just play another one next turn. Hope he like reloads on a creature too. That'd be perfect. So now he gets a Agite. Hopefully he doesn't have another swords. Oh no, he did. Alright, so now we just need to draw a big old creature. And quickly. Emrakul will drop him down to 1 permanent though, so like that won't be the worst. He will have a lot of life, but I don't know what permanent he would keep. Alright, well. We will find out what creature he wants to keep because we ripped probably the perfect card. Guessing it would be a volcanic or a tundra. 1, 2, 3, 4. I couldn't imagine I'm not just keeping a land since we are empty-handed. Oh, we should have forgot to gain life first. Everything gets shuffled in except 2 Simians and Infernal Tens are not in our deck. Right, good. Doesn't have anything. Now we just do this for a while and hope he doesn't draw Delver. Maybe rip a Blood Moon. Keep playing lands because, surprisingly, if you count, we have 11 mana. And so that number will get bigger and bigger with an Emrakul. No, he ripped something good. Alright, just a naked Stoneforge. All of his equipment are gone. But it does present some type of a clock. And that last card in his hand, probably, yeah. I think one of these 2 cards is a Lightning Bolt. And the way he prioritized the Tundra, I felt like one of his cards most definitely is a Bolt. Uh-oh, there's a Delver. That is a little scary. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not good for the home team. Yeah, he shelled the bolt. So we are dead. Yeah, I just needed to find a Chalice or Blood Moon a little bit earlier, But yeah, we get to bring in Klasms and defense grids. And the way I sideboard in this matchup is a little unusual given how strong our early game can be. Like, we can actually go turn 1 Season Song into defense grid Blood Moon and just win the game. But we want to have all these early defensive elements, and the late game isn't as important, so I usually just trim out on these because we can just lock them out with Chalices, Blood Moons, even blocking something with a Spirit Guide once the board is cleared up. So this is usually the configuration. I would love to go first, and I would love to go turn 1 Chalice. With a Pyroclasm, it's theoretically better to go defense grid. Yeah, I think since we have the Pyroclasm, we should just go turn 1 defense grid, so we can't force this Chalice because the Chalice will just win us the game. So we'll go defense grid, then we'll play Chalice, then we'll just Klasm whatever on his board. And like I said, this doesn't win us the game, but it's going to lock out a lot of the elements that his deck is going to be trying to do. Eventually, you know, coming into some kind of a kill condition. Second defense grid isn't what we really want. I have experimented with just bringing in like 2 or 3 because of this situation. Hopefully he just plays a Stoneforge. Yeah, if he just plays that might be both of his threats. Since we have a Chalice in play, like, he's going to try to get this game over with, and now we just get to kill 2 creatures. And now the rest of his deck is only just like Stoneforges, maybe a Vendilion Clique. Now we just have to we have to be able to find some way to pressure him before Batterskull. Or is he just gonna kill? No, we're gonna have to Klasm that now too. Sword of Feast and Famine. We will not be putting this into play. Chalice for 2 is a pretty good lockout. But playing the City of Traders kind of sucks. But yeah, we'll do it. Now we just kind of like patiently wait for a Blood Moon, and we still have to deal with that Batterskull. But that's pretty much all he's got. This just protects us from any wear and tears potentially if he brought him in. Alright, let's get another 2-mana land. Force Will is still live though, which kind of sucks. since we didn't get to play the defense grid first. Alright, oh, we've got enough Titans. We just need to make sure that we can get... Oh no, okay, he's just playing. Oh, wow. That does nothing for us, even if we play it on 1 or 2. We'll just hold it. Well, we can't play it on 1. Play another one on 2, but there's no point. Him putting sword in play makes me think that he's either inexperienced, but I know he's not, or he doesn't have a force of will. Because why would you just put a sword in play if you had a force of will? We might just die. We might just die here to a Batterskull. Why is he fetching? Come on, sneak attack. Oh wow, he doesn't even want to play it. What if he has? He might have a Vendilion Clique. That would be bad. He can't do it yet, but he might just like try to EOT into it. Shouldn't have waited. Alright, so now we have to rip. Either a 2-mana land or a sneak attack or through the breach. There we go. We get to play another game now at least. So this we need to find some Simian Spirit Guides or just this Lotus Petal. So let's figure out how we're going to board now. We could just crash. Deals with the equipment, deals with Batterskull. We already have Pyroclasms. I don't think I want all of the defense grids. And it does help us in those late game situations. I haven't really thought about it, but it does seem smart. And cards that aren't as important. I don't know what to cut. I don't want to take out more of this stuff. I don't think we want to go to 6 and 6. But it might not be bad. Just to cut it through the breach and hope we just I can see this being real bad. Hell, it might even be better to be like that. Or just maybe this? No. Well, maybe. Defense grid seems worse on the draw. Alright, we'll do that. Alright. We do not have red mana, but we have a lot of lands, and we have like 20 red sources that we can draw. And this is a very proactive hand. Main phase Brainstorm doesn't seem like we care that much about it. We have like 3 really good cards, and we play this as a bait spell. I don't know why he just Brainstormed though. So let's Tomb, slam down a Chalice. And if that doesn't resolve, regardless of if it does, we're just going to jam a Blood Moon. Alright, there's a Force. Hopefully he doesn't have a threat. Alright. Now we jam Blood Moon. Next turn we play Cavern, naming Giant and slam Sneak Attack. Alright, well that should just be game over, I think. Plateau, huh? Yeah, I mean there's no real way for him to get out of Blood Moon now. So, I mean he has Batterskull. Giant. Does he just have the Batterskull in hand? Alright. I can dig it. Alright. This is a sweet way to win. Just plain double Infernal Titan. Yeah, it is. I think it's lethal. This is 18. $19, $20, $21. We almost got a Taylor Swift him. Alright, well, we're ready for the last round and see if we can end up winning all 6 packs of those Vintage Masters.